What else? 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 You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. That can go from me. Stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, and then says that while I was at a homeless shelter, even for hope, I could have gotten food at Catholic Charities or Guadalupe Shrine Church. They're disgusting. Mostly everyone that I grew up around is disgusting. They don't accept rejection, so they want to rape one. They're embarrassing. These are people of adult age. They're embarrassing. Ew, so gross. They're embarrassing. They possibly acquired one or two fruits from overseas. Ideally, while they're in Puerto Rico, thinking that that person is gonna go on to defend them. I wanted 2020 thinking that person won't ever show up. That person most likely has standards. That is right now possibly at one point have cried. That they were taken advantage of by one of my relatives, their neighbors, colleagues, or relatives. Ew. So I'm like, I feel possibly 20 how disgusting they are. Oh, ew, it's 2025 now. Ew, 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 ew. They recite to themselves illegal prostitution. Stories possibly from a movie. And so if you don't acquire new skills, and people are like, how is she gonna acquire new skills if she already knows everything? And also you got in the way of her receiving money to stay in her home without permission to her vehicles. And you see her like, you're stupid. Does your vagina syphilis just come through and say that out loud on the internet? I've heard that some people in my family of origin have had some sort of STD and they kill people over it just to not go to the doctor and get checked and have that on their medical record that they have an STD. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. 13 people are watching, so we're like discuss. Hi. Haters and regular people. What else? What else? What else? What else? Just give to me money. I've been laughing as I answer Albert, Basuda, Alex, Arquerosudan. They think that when I would see one of those illegal prostitutes that they hired to have sex with, I would specifically call each one of them and be like, honey, because my parents arranged me marriages. I see the comboga asquerosidad y Leo Blas and I'm like, ew, este tipo has like really bad sex, doesn't he? To me, it's terrible at sex. To me, it's terrible at sex. So disgusting. To me, he's terrible at sex. I wouldn't ever want that near me. I wouldn't ever want to pursue it. To me, he's disgusting and terrible at sex. Like the kind of if he were like vomiting and shitting all over the place and killing, and there would be like blood all over. The bedroom, that's what I can imagine. Yeah, just because someone suggested that doesn't mean that that goes along with my personality. I'm not a come bucket seeker, so I'm not the type to be like, is this banana? I must steal her husband. Is this banana? I must steal her husband. I mean, his husband. Ew, ew, ew. And that's not my personality type to be like, oh, there's a come bucket. That's an illegal prostitute. I shall do my wifely duties. Okay, wifely duties, I have a huge permanent turn off when it comes to them. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Richie Hill. That raped me in 2023 that possibly goes on same, but that's like with the Holiday Inn that she was at. And then Haven for Hope, so that she would call me. I didn't even remember her name. I didn't even remember her meeting her when she was little. I don't associate anyone with anyone else. It's like I believe in individuality, so when I see a person, it's just that person. I don't want to find out who they're with. So I wouldn't go on to say like they're still having sex just by seeing they're they're of low level intelligence. Una asquerosidad, dan un asco. Ew, 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 ew. They're embarrassing. Ew, like the leech tried to take me hostage while hating for hope. It's like I'll give you 5 minutes of my time right now while I remember where I'm at before and what you're still on. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to meet people. Ideally, polyamorous. I'm excited about that. Stalking you. Just for fun. Stole my money for documents. Make her stay in a homeless shelter with how disgusting they are towards me. Yeah. It's not envidia, I'm full. Why would I see it? Be like, oh, this is Richie. What? I never asked to tell them. That is this What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate guys, what is on the sons and rape me and steal my money, they get annoyed piercing money. They're disgusting, they're bears. They go on someone that wants them to die. What should I do? How do I get Arlene to charge? They're like, why don't you kill her? It's like, I don't want to. What else? What else? What else? What else? I will talk to Lincoln. I will talk. From talk about Lincoln influence. Sometimes I get this on my phone. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapita Zuleika Rivera waiting for me to talk to her so that she can remind me something of when we met. They would tell me we can't give you money until we remind you of when we met. Tú como que eres nena chiquita. And they bully one. It's like you can't tell me that I'm a little girl when I'm a grown woman and very vulnerable and abused. A lot of people end up wanting to kill themselves with that type of gaslighting. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. Ew, they're illegal prostitutes trying to remind me that he exists. I'm like, but for what purpose if he's not even good at sex? He can't be. If not, he would have been pursuing me. Even for a pet fuck. Respectful. What else? 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 I'm gonna shop with Andy Money later today. I'm bored. What else? What else? I missed you. I missed you. I miss having a bike. What is this? Pretty weather today. This hot. Yes. They think that for I like that I'm really positive myself. For who isn't even interested in me? Oh, they try to create a fantasy that this guy has feelings for me. So that I illegally prostitute myself, I really on the deal with my family of origin for them to rape me, or in a way that they would laugh at me like, I think I ran into them that couple of weekends or early 20. What else? What else? What else? What? I think it was. I walked in and I felt really nervous for myself. Is that on camera? I was so pretty. Because they my corona sheet. So they're someone thinks, why am I here for? Do I look pretty? And what did I arrive at my Because I shouldn't. I mean, I don't mind having that. If my funds authority is a necessity. But that on my price point should be left for people that actually live a lifestyle with that price point of a vehicle, or just for some reason are going to a drugstore that they don't have like a lot of money and they need a brand new vehicle. So that's a really good vehicle to have. It's very reliable and durable. So are other brands, but for years now. A Toyota Corolla is viejo. If one is in the pinch financially, it needs a brand new vehicle. That will get you without much despair. So I thought the restroom. If he thinks something ridiculous, then I'm using a public restroom. It's his fault, isn't it? Because he's stealing from me, possibly. So I use the restroom. I don't know if I ate there since I'd be very and stayed there or ordered the card because I thought nachos already must be mad that I'm DJing online without heading over to the police station to report the police. Do I need to report them? So I didn't want to be like in a physical hostage situation. What else? 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 So I may have ordered my food to go, or I may have eaten there. I can't remember. And then I headed to my vehicle and I drove to I-35 to Austin. But I've been doing it for a while. I really had an In-N-Out burger in San Antonio, and then I have one In-N-Out burger in San Marcos or Taco Bell in, what is it, San Antonio for a while. While dating in Anya, where was that done? What is it that I didn't even remember the police exist? As in, I'm a very much law abiding citizen, but I'm like, where is it that I need to go? And I know where the police station is. I just remember. And it doesn't want me. So I filed a rape report against David Ledesma a few weeks ago already. So after he raped me, I'm sick of that. Said to me decades ago that if me and I are together, that I need to see the death for David Ledesma. Because if I need to be raped when daughters exist. Like I could have been in Miami those days. That David Ledesma raped me or somewhere he stalked me. I guarded a place that I didn't even remember knowing about. I found out about it through the internet with websites like Facebook. So I had a dirty dance, so I worked at promotion with insurance. So it was very convenient. So it was a main event for me to take anything on. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What So I'm seeking the guilty custody for a lot of Malays that are possibly violently raped by David Ledesma. David Ledesma has a very bad reputation decades ago of violently raping Puerto Rico specifically. But I shouldn't be used. Just a great awareness of that. So that's why I'm not the personality type ever to be like, no, I got you. Baby showers are the showers for you alone. What else? Anyways, we're gonna feel part of top ever. What else? That was very short lived, I think. Andrew vowed that he would ruined my marriage with them then. 10 decades ago. Apparently, I was in this band rock, so I don't remember anything from it other than one person raping me in my home or me refusing for us to what happened and me being mad at them then. And then he and I had a conversation and said, "You're my dad on behalf of the country." He had said a few days before, asked me to drug you and to have let you get raped by the people that were there in that room where you and I met, because apparently he and I met at orgies. Like, I don't want them. So he said that they will get divorced or divorcing. And if we meet at another time, maybe it'll work out. Just you and I. With embarrassing giggle that I have. Some people try to take advantage of that, so that's why I don't ever go out and embargo por Yandel, porque he could not have feelings for me and maybe just flattered and doesn't know how to be a man and accept the flattery. And it's like, I want that, even if I destroy it, just to see her giggle all over. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. One shouldn't ever get attached. These videos aren't just for me to seek people to give me money, it's also for me to remain calm, healthy, so I don't just become a disaster of a woman. I'm like, why is he sorry. So if in a few years I go through that, then you just call that years like I'm being abused by someone. That is not necessarily the person I'm crying about. But if I ever cry on the internet, why is he leaving me for the woman? That's not natural to a person. It's not natural. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous. Two people are watching on this. I miss Jaden and I miss Kaylani. I wonder how much of my money I get. Let me just see what I'm gonna find. Oh, and it won't be like this. Forget my financial state. I won't be suffering about my money for self care. If those each other drop around, they will be killed. If those say they're dropping, they don't need it. But they're embarrassing. They don't obey any laws. They're embarrassing. Ew. These are people with old age. They're embarrassing. They're disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. You can decapite Andrew Suarez. Andrew Suarez, that's his name. That raped me, that steals my money, that gets in the way of receiving money. That ruined my marriage. What else? 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 Ideally, the census is that you'll have the Lorenzo 7. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They mistreat people at a speed that people just wanna like scream and abuse other people sometimes as a cry of help. And I'm not referring to the people that steal from me. I'm referring to people that like to remain calm and don't like stress or violence around them. They're like, what's going on here? It's disturbing. Ya no se puede hacer una fiesta familiar. What else? 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 So they have like a few favorites. So they're like, if this one goes away and this one goes away, then that will help. What else? What else? What else? What else? Financially stable, financial trouble, and I feel cameras. I'm excited that I didn't talk to my family. I talked to them for 4 years. That doesn't is me protecting. What else? What else? What else? They possibly had a big reunion with people I don't ever want to see. They don't respect my wishes. Some of them are so violent, so rapists, murderers, and thieves that they want to like scream at one. Yeah. Some want to question that they didn't give me permission to have kids. I don't need to. They think that being a spouse is being a violent person. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They think that being a spouse is being controlling. They're embarrassing. So gross. Ew, 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 ew. So they want to fake being the spouse. My parents had me in working for the company. And I explored. I did Wonderland since I was a toddler and 3 years old ish. And then I'm like, I can't. There's retards here, mother. I don't know how you guys do this. So my parents tried to do the right thing with me progressing through relationships, and said retards just rape my crushes. They steal my homes. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of receiving money. Trying to get me back to those orgies for me to get raped. It's like they don't have any respect for themselves. They're disgusting. They're way past their toddler exploration years, just fighting with each other and raping each other. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. Then they go to embarrass themselves even more by saying we reject all those theories, and people are like, "Oh, give me all your dollars. I'm gonna just empty your bank accounts and make sure that you die right now." It's like, it's the hypocrisy. That's how people describe it. Literally, it's the hypocrisy. That's how people describe it. Are words that I've heard so many times around those come bucket kerosene illegal prostitutes. They say that they refuse all theories, pero dale dinero. Ilegalmente o legalmente, they're money hungry asquerosidad. Una basura, una asquerosidad. They're embarrassing. So girls, hay gente tan vaga that spends twice as much time and energy doing the wrong thing than the good thing. They're embarrassing. That's why they hate one. But it's because they're sex addicts and they're porn addicts, so they always want to be hyped up with their heart rate like going up, like extreme fastness. They're embarrassing. Yeah. What else? I'm bored. In the meantime, this is what I'm up to right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? I missed Dana. I missed Emily. I missed Dana. I missed Emily. Who's gifting me money today? I want to shop at Nordstrom tomorrow. Who's gifting me money today? What else? 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 The possibility of an inside terrorist attack is very remote, even though Andrew goes on to rape people and brags that he has like so many people in one location, in Nordstrom one location. He basically just rapes the locals and goes or attends orgies where he rapes the locals and that's how they know him. That he may not even be like a familial connection of those individuals that work at Nordstrom here in San Antonio. While I was working there in Cabo, I was working there. So I wouldn't ever say that he has a chance of performing a terrorist attack from the inside because most people are like, I love my children, I have my mother, I have someone. But I just bring that up because I'm talking to them. It's something that always gets discussed in my family of origin occasionally about it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And there's always like the random, like myself, just working there that wouldn't ever go through with a terrorist attack. And the police and the Interpol was constantly fighting people that before that work in certain places as a buffer to any terrorism. What else? 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 I'm bored or creepy and how aggressive they are trying to rape one though. Oh, they're there, say still. Like for real, I'm working at Gap. I'm like, ew, you're all illegal prostitutes, que asco. In charge of my legs, he doesn't know how to have sex. He does not know how to have sex. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? What? I'm gonna cook for myself. I'm gonna cook for myself in a few months since I haven't run electricity. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I need new teeth. I haven't been to the dentist in 5 years. And I need to pay. I want to visit that one. I hate it. They're trying to traffic me there, so I gotta free clean it. When I've been paying at Brighton while I was here. It's not what they say that I need to do with my life. When will they get that? Why hasn't the FBI killed them? They're embarrassing. It's what they do is they compare myself, Jaden, and Kehlani to. You know who they compare it to? Kehlani may be fascinated if they hear this. To Prince William and his kids. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So because they always like to have like a worst case scenario and a good case scenario because they can't get him to be poor that I know of, but I'm always concerned that those people are going to be suffering of poverty at a level that they don't want to be at. Because my family of origin gets in the way of their finances to be like, well, who's doing worse? Arlene, her kids, or Prince William with this kid? Who are Nike today? What else? What else? What else? What else? My parents didn't even compare me to Prince William. That's so embarrassing. Mostly everyone in my family is. My parents have always accepted my individuality, have praised me for it, have encouraged it. And then there's like the layman, is that the word? Talk about an illegal prostitute that shouldn't exist, and they're like, well, she's not even like King William. I mean, Prince William. How many times does he get bothered by leeches that make my vagina available to him when it isn't? Ew, 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 ew. Y esa amiga Marco es tan fea. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ew, ew, ew. What else? Oh, he wants to give me the impression that he's been cooking with her. That's why she has like a whole line right now. Is that Andrew or Albert? Dan un asco. Dan un asco. Son una basura. I don't ever want him near me. So literally, while I'm struggling that I don't even have food in my apartment, out comes man, like he said, with a home cookware line or some cooking show or shit. Y que ellas se prestan a hacer esa basura. Fo. Dan un asco, no son mujeres either. Dan un asco. For people who puerco, una asquerosidad. He doesn't provide good sex, and I'm looking for that. Sex is important when like a fuck buddy. At least, and he doesn't provide good sex. He's disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel with fun and meet people, ideally polyamorous ones. You can decapitate Meghan Markle. She steals from me. That's in the way to receive money. Stays in my home without my permission and more steals me. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Charging my phone. Search options. Be realigning your red line. What else? 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 Those asquerosidades that I grew up around want to hear how much well, Andrew, since Arlene sent him on her public videos that she doesn't like Meghan Markle. I'm here for you, and then they want to kill themselves. They're like, I'll give you Meghan Markle. Threesome for Arlene. That's not necessary. What else? Oh, I love you, like Armenios Carrero. Not once you mentioned that those are illegal prostitutes. Well, they were in my home. You notice my anxiety. What else? Or well, I said like just someone invited us home. Those people are for people to search. It's called like a daycare, but it's for functional people that are just like extremely overwhelmed and tired. And they're like, I don't even want to drive myself there. What's the ratio of people that attend those and rehabilitates them so they end up driving like with like that Sunday they don't know bridge overnight. I was a fancy. I'm like I'm extremely overwhelmed. I was working full time at Nordstrom without money for self care and not bought myself another vehicle in a year. I was so upset that my coworkers are so gross and trying to rape me. I had mentioned it to Jorge Aviles in 2016, I think, or 2017. Like my female coworkers are sexually harassing me. What the fuck is this? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So he sent me from Pepsi to Lower Ridge one night, and after I wanted to take a nap during the afternoon, and I was said to no, it's not time to sleep. You can't go back into the room right now. And I was forced to lay on a bench with my bag as my pillow, possibly, and sleep a little. I woke up from that nap, and I'm like, I want to go home. Oh, do they drug one and then like once for the treatment program? Do they drug one and then they get all the answers from one says, oh, I feel great. There's this guy that visits my apartment. I don't want him visiting. There's this other guy that kind of was stalking me in a nightclub. My coworkers at work don't seem trustworthy. They seem to be illegal prostitutes. So they possibly use the pictures that they've taken with me to be like, she's my favorite client. Oh, they lie, they imply. But that line doesn't even. Maybe to someone like Enrique Money's age that hasn't heard reviews, maybe it could be believable to them. I'm not saying that one person couldn't believe it. Pero they possibly go on saying, well, she is my client, she did a terrible hiring. Very long she doesn't want to have sex with that guy, and the guy hires me illegally. Silly. That's very long, the girl. Como si tuviera el dedo metido. And I'm trying to learn this trick. It's like, yeah, I'll have dinner with her. It's like, con su propio dedo. Oh, Dios, ¿dónde estamos? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. When do I leave? Where is that marketing? When I'm financially stable, I'm going to travel around and meet people I do You can decapitate everyone that's kept me poor, that steals my money, that steals my money, that steals my vehicles, that steals my home. Say, ella wouldn't have ever be with it. Iker knows that I'm polyamorous and has met my crushes. Because they constantly crush behind the scenes too, or hate each other. I wouldn't want to know. Oh, they may have a personal beef. Like, I don't want that man in my home. He's tried to rape me before. He's raped me before. He steals from me. What else? 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 I had at least 4 BMWs when I was 19. Who drove them to get to Janden instead of me? They're disgusting. They pretend to be me. They literally are like this thinking my vagina, and did they drive themselves to my crushes to rape them? And my siblings screaming today and saying, she can't be talking like that. She's 10 years old. Oh, they only wake up for sex. People say there's so disgusting and embarrassing. People, they're possibly like crying to people. She needs to be eating today. Is she gonna wear a wedding dress for John Day? Just because I mentioned it on Facebook. Tan asco. They're embarrassing. They treat people as toys. They don't even love themselves. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're embarrassing, so gross. They're. What else? 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 You can decapitate also some fucking rapists that go on saying to people, yo también soy fuck me now. That's how my crushes describe me. It's like, I can't with her. She's like, so fuck me now. It's so cute. It's not like, did you work today? Do you have money in the bank? So they're like, I'm gonna kill you because you're not Catholic. Ew, you're into men. Ugh, I saw you in an orgy kissing that girl. Oh, I'm on your car, so I'm gonna kill you. And then they're like, I'm fucking and fuck me now. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Y ellos se la maman a eso at her because they're porn addicts and they're sex addicts, not worth pursuing. And lo que le gusta llorar. Oh, these are men. These are men. Boys of grown age. Que ellos se la pasan llorando. And then they turn into bullies because they're really pretty. They're really pretty. One of them hates it. Decades ago. Anyways, you can decapitate everyone that stole my BMWs when I was 19. see it really often. I don't foresee like as often as now when I'm financially stable. What else? What else? What else? And even without saying that I'm seeking the death penalty for people, I'm seeking the death penalty for people. For people, if I'm a victim. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm shooting down for Maria Vasquez in self-defense, and then shooting Lorenzo Suarez in self-defense, and then you can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Lorenzo. It's so nice up here. I may not even head towards inside this building right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So what do they have still is the competition where they rate. So after the orgy, the goal es que nos bañemos junto con toda esta gente the orgy. And people are like, no, we don't want to do that. Then this isn't an orgy, then this is a prostitution, illegal prostitution. And sex trafficking ring. Ew. They're turning orgies that are a beautiful thing still into illegal prostitution and sex trafficking rings. They don't understand anything. They're disgusting. They're stupid. So dumb. They're embarrassing. These are people of adult age. Full. I'm bored. What else did I financially stable? Financial travel is trying to make people enjoy. Did Richie have money to get me out of Lincoln for Hope immediately after I met him, and he didn't kill him? It's not like I don't remember. I saw his brother at Travis Park Church at the library. I'm like, oh, there's like my distant friend. It's so pretty. What else? 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 Oh man. I was like, people laugh at Andrews like you've spent how much money, how much time trying to kill her and or to rape her. With putting like people around her that you think will remind her of you. What else? 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 Also, use all my own money. All my information. All I try to say is like, if I showed you what my vision is of how you and I should have met. But he was complaining like we met on the floor on an orgy. And I'm like, well, I'm not on the floor. But I'm very easily, like I practice healthy attachment. So he gets raped by so many people that know they will go give me what experience they would have given Arlene. What's your vision for I've heard that he gets creative and rapes them violently, cuts them open in places in their bodies. that they can't even report to the police. And they're like, este tipo es un animal, como que esa es la versión de lo que se... It's like, you're stupid. I get to use that word now. If you think that I'm gonna show you what my vision would be, and they're like, well, you could have just said no. He doesn't say no. Hay gente que literalmente como soy un caballo. And he's like, I'm not for let me just rent a vehicle and meet a horse with Arlene so that the FBI finds out about this. And everything that you just said, I'm just gonna make happen. What else? They're talking to people about sensitive subjects such as people that supposedly they are unattractive, while children they explore sexually with, and then that went away. The what is it? Attraction. And they steal each other, and they think that they need to catch up. One person thinks that they need to catch up, like that shower scene after having met at the north. So they keep inviting a curtain themselves, each other to do sexual acts. With each other, and I don't know how to stop. What else? What else? What else? They called it at least in some areas that I had a plan to get out of that, like there's traffic into that. I'm like, this girl was looking at me, someone get raped every day. Just because you all are pushing him into my life. You got me. So I'm like, when I talk to my dad, I'm like, I don't want this. So he, like, when he saw me once with him, he's like, I don't approve of this bitch. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get out of this. Last time that I was cold with what you're dating because I suffer from amnesia. And I was so cute. And Andrew orchestrated to where I would meet Luis Lorenzo again in my teens fall, trying to get me raped. So I was like telling everyone like this could happen. He stopped me. His mother stopped me from it. She stopped with me like 5 years younger than me. While I was talking to Luis Lorenzo once, and she said to him that tell her that people love her to not do this. Like, people love you, don't do this. Forget how like they were trafficking. So if that kid has no feelings for me, it's like, don't do what else? What else? What else? My dad literally beat me up until I Dad is not as trying to rape me. And then Andrew orchestrated and it worked. Like I talked to a few people and I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want this to happen to me. My dad is very much of the thought that I need to seek the death penalty for these people because it's so frustrating. He thinks that my vagina. You have to take this to our words the positive always. What else? Oh, I can get on 25 over Central. And then get on 68 there. Yeah, I'm switching or roots. Good morning. My family of order are so dumb. They're completely thinking that a historian is gonna show up and say, congratulations! You how humanity was first established. And yes, it was the legal constitution that got us the tar first. They want to believe that someone legally constituted themselves before a dollar was established, before the United States Treasury was established. So then you seek a historian that will confirm that to them by abusing people. And they tell themselves, well, this is how they could have happened. People probably got it. I need to like lynching. Illegal prostitutes got lynched like this back in the 1800s. What? No, look at that. Sorry. Oh my God. I just put some bushes in. I'm thinking that that penalty 4,000. What else? 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 We can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of receiving money, that steals my money, that stays in my house with all my permission, that steals my vehicle. It's May 21st, 2025. I'm talking to the FBI and disposed NATO, Interpol, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department, the United States, and International Community. Yes, Arlene, baby. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm I shall leave soon. I don't seek the path of destruction, pero that is conditioned to kill someone. Porque yesterday I saw our face. Saw our. I think I've said this before. I think I've been giving it. Sometimes people get so you need to leave her. So that I kill them in self-defense and they try to turn it into so they have like an art out there that doesn't want to be my nemesis. That was conditioned to put himself or herself aggressively in front of me so I kill it. Oh, I laugh because there's an overweight employee here that when I see him. Doing a job. And everybody comes in and help me. I'm like, I have stranger, but that is like uncommon in my family of origin. Like they've seen people in a bus, and months later, the person sees them or writes them a letter and says, "Thank you, thanks to you, I have clear skin now." You won't ever realize in my relatives like you have to tell me about. I don't remember you specifically, but I know that it's good. And I see someone without clear skin, I go like, wow, you must be severely dehydrated. Oh, you poor thing, but I wish I had. Or if that leaves a scar. What else? Is it bulimia? Is it bulimia? Oh, on behalf of my rape that I love, he'd rather you clear skin in a little bit of extra pounds than you bulimic and have your face. That you didn't cover your face stupidity that is the stupidity of it. They're like, I'm gonna throw up after and leave. Just keep in my body. So I don't die while their faces get turned so gross. It's like, no, I want to be. Some teens go through things.
She doesn't live here anymore. It's the previous resident.
Who's the turn to sender?
I was to leave. Okay.
Yeah, I did her.
This weather's so good. And we focus on the trees and the movement. There's a really nice breeze. What else is? It's much cooler than yesterday. Get one of those rapists to him, like I should have been vocal with him. If I'd done like the local, I'm wondering like what does it feel to live in a and I've been in several cities that I feel ish sweat. Just specifically because I didn't have time when you were there for a year and a half of income. Well, there, but I didn't want to leave just yet because I wanted to explore it. Well, there. And I have can't. Excuse me, I can't so good that I need to send a box here. Only donating possibly if it doesn't expire. So, is there beans in my pantry? I hate it for like particularly a while ago. Some of it hasn't expired. Oh, I have them. That's apparently I'm not interested in it. But I know most definitely I won't be using it for myself after it's been in my pantry for like a month. It's not the same temperature as a grocery store. They thought that I would take care of the suffer before. Well, me too. I want to work because he knows that I don't like to work. No, I want to provide for myself at the fashion moments. to people in pleasant and loving sleep. Yes, all the money. What else? What else? I think he walk up to me and be like, Arlene, so I'm the thing that you're skinny. As a donation, or he would recognize that yeah, he or interpolation. What else? I know there's no like he's eating me up. There's starting and studying. So how was his behavior at the restaurant if he's paying for that? I asked this once. Thank you so much. Today and on it is pay my order. Okay, my order breakfast for the dish that I order. I decided to, especially if I'm traveling, that I don't have much control over food. Sometimes I want to what else? What else? What else? What else? So down under, there's no issue. So the people that I grew up around, they're snoopers, they're stalkers. They want to hear. They want to hear even if it doesn't happen. They hear news is much. So they're like, pero porque todavía no he hablado de una pela que le dio. Like, porque parece que no le dio una pela, entonces like, porque se lo invente. Ew, ew, people say that they do practice masturbation. And then like also todas esas veces que yo me masturbé pensando que ella le estaba dando una pela al niño. I was just assuming something that happened and I shouldn't be doing how am I doing it right now. Quiero que ella me meta una pela para que that makes sense in my head. They shouldn't be masturbated to other people when they masturbate to themselves. Or you know, like sometimes people know they have like a short day encounter. So that's how sex addiction and food addiction starts. When you start masturbating and replaying Andrew, Albert, in your head, like I'm gonna see 13 and see, and then I'm gonna put her in my vehicle like this, and I'm gonna just like right there take her to that sleep, and then I take her to the beach, and just get a blanket there, no everyone in la playa, everyone's gonna be looking at us. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? In the kitchen while she's cooking, like I won't let the food burn. So supuestamente they played out all of those scenarios in their head about me loving them that they're extremely overwhelmed with. It's so simply one can fuck with the amount of people that have, the amount of people that you can relate to have sex with, and they make fantasies of where to send people that it shouldn't be aware because they're sex addicts on the phone. So they get ready to like, you remember it's not those people are disgusting. Awful. So there's something like I'm helping someone else. They're supposed to masturbate to the thought and talk about myself. something else. Doesn't it? When his dad made a comment of, if you are to save the planet, why don't you all hate each other? And I'll take the death penalty for you all. And I said, not for me. And he said, one of them was so upset. He's like, and she has said not for us. Or would have been good to be myself today and started being a good person. I'm like, if I get the death penalty, it's like, one is trying to do in court. Plus, if he control his behavior, but what he was looking for, possibly it was like dominatrix type. She said us. Yeah, no. Possibly he's too codependent on me rather than so she had no will to live. And he's like, whatever. The one who loves me, I think like that's how much he despises his life, and it seems it's in tears. He falls. What? I'm bored. They would have laughed constantly. Those como que vivían prostitutes. Pues mira, sí, yo estuve en su casa y yo estaba pendiente. Digo, sigan ahora de matar. I'm not gonna confer behind the scenes for that. Like, seriously, when I see him just dead in the trash, yeah. For real. For real, that feeling will ever go away. And I don't want it to go away. It's so defense. But I don't see that either. Who's gifting me money today? The majority of the planet doesn't grow population. So that's why no one would ever go on to fulfill the demands of my they're trying to persecute me as polyamorous. Well, they rape a significant amount of people. And then they want to brag. They think they're doing it. They're so embarrassing. They're like, ha ha ha. Polyamorous. And I'm the one who has like 25 people right now messaging me good morning on my roster. Did I rape? I'm cool, right? They're terrorists. What else? What else? I opened it. These. Oh, that's at the Card Revenge Library. That is so good. For some reason, I was thinking it could be done. Oh, that's done. What is this? These are fun. What else? Oh, it's like walking into MTV is what he does. Like I know this doesn't have MTV, so it's like walking into a TV is what people say that they do. So like that chick that wrote a song was that record producer, that artist. Does he invade your home storage? And there's still things that la puerca de la usada. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. He steals my money so that I will be so that people see me as disgusting like him. I always expose him though. Relationship with him. I don't want him to be as a first buddy. I don't want him as a second cousin. My video got interrupted. I don't like him as a second cousin. I don't want him as a fuck buddy. I don't want him as casual sex. I find no use for him. Why do I tell Jaden Kaylani that Jaleel didn't steal that song from me? At least in my knowledge. Mostly everyone I found out was engineers are stupid. They want me to say publicly that he didn't steal from me. So that I can't ever sue him as if he stole it from me. Every scenario is different. May have stolen gifts from me. A different song. A judge may say otherwise one day. And say he did steal a song from you, he doesn't remember. However, unlikely. I did intend to profit from those thoughts. I suggest that a lot of people kill themselves today. First thing for me, forgetting the way we say, first thing in my homes with all my information. First thing in my vehicles. They don't understand you want to do yourselves. They still hate people, surveying people where people live. And they're like, but Toes and the Thief always in the movie have the biggest house. No fucking way. They do that shit? Ew. 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 They're disgusting. They're just movie aficionados haters. Ew. Ew, they're worshippers. Ew. That hate themselves so much, I've heard. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, friends to travel with fun and meet people ideally from your investment, you can decapitate anyone that has struck me and will break me. It's May 21, 2025. When I was in my teens, I think Andrew drug me for people to rape me. I was at my grandparents' home when that happened. Or it could have been another day. You can decapitate everyone that took advantage that I was drunk and raped me, Joana Vargas, Maritza Munoz. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. What else? What else was it? I want is everybody. I think that us cuts to stop in 10 minutes. What else? 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 You can decapitate my siblings and think that they're obsessed worthy. So literally, because some people have a fantasy land in their head, I've heard decades ago of what life would have been with me, a woman. My siblings are like, but do that for me, do that with me. I want you to obsess over me. They're embarrassing how they're still alive. Ew, 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 ew. There's a lot of people in Puerto Rico that have been ready to kill my siblings. You can decapitate. You can decapitate. Arlene Lorenzo, you can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. It's May 21st, 2025. I missed Jaden, I missed him. What else? 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 there's a reason why a lot of those people that I grew up around get told by their parents, don't destroy your life. Your talents are so diminished when you steal, you rape, and you murder. They really won't ever acknowledge them, and that's what you live for. Que mucho me he reído the past 5 years about those people that I grew up around. I never think about them, and now that they're forced me to think about them because they're trying to rape me and they steal my money and they stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. I've just been laughing at them. What else? 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 You can decapitate me, liberare to Savelle, you can decapitate Rosaura Sotorrosa. You can decapitate que mamá chismosa asquerosa, Evelyn de Jesús for you. Decapitate them. You can decapitate Alexis McQuird, you can decapitate Delmel Briggs, you can decapitate. They have his letters and his sons that rape me, that steal my money, they get in the library, steal money, they're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, is he upset? He thinks that I'm gonna go for the manager job here. I don't do that sort of thing. I don't like work. And when I work, it's because I'm gonna be financially stable. What else? 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 He's stupid. He thinks that because some people in my family origin have fallen into pattern of being poor and then being assistant manager at a apartment complex or manager at an apartment complex that I'm gonna go that route. He can't predict what I do with my life. That's why he steals my money. He's stupid. He's not married to me. He's like the dumbest person in the planet ever. Well, he's been putting his dick out there for 30 years, making people miserable. He thinks he has me on hold if I want an exclusive marriage just for him to be for me to be monogamous with him. No, the answer is no, never. I wouldn't ever agree to that. Okay, what if I see a hobby somewhere and I want to have sex with that person and him, and he agrees to it? He thinks he can service like millions of people a day with just one dick. He's stupid. He's stupid. So he steals my money because I'm so trying to get me to get him on a date for us to discuss limits. Why doesn't he just kill himself? That's my limit. I've said that for decades ago. What else? 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 I don't tolerate abuse. This isn't a healthy way of getting my attention, and he knows that he hates me before I was even born. He's just mad that I don't like have feelings for him. Only when I see him. What else? 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 anymore. Era de café y yo no había visto accesorios ese tipo de todo eso. Y de café y yo no fue muy básicas. And the café, everyone that says I should be cleaning right now en agradecimiento porque no me bote. These people cleaning. They want to rape me so badly that they want to see me human. How is it that they're still alive? They're embarrassing. They're disgusting. Those people that are covered up. They're disgusting. They steal my money. They steal my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me trying to rape me, and then they think that they can dictate how I'm gonna live my life. Which is why it's very smart of me to never talk to them. I stopped talking to them. Just because we're Facebook friends doesn't mean that we're friends. So basically, what they think is that they did that demands towards me. I call it their play pretend dumbness. They're emotionally stable because they're predators with things that don't know how to accept no for an answer, so they should be killed immediately. Because they're gonna be like, what do you mean she's not gonna send us a video of her bathing? What do you mean she's not? I heard them decades ago. Those were demands for Pero que tan estúpida, que rosa. I'm never doing that for them. They don't understand that they're unattractive for decades already. They're girls. They're embarrassing. Their self-esteem comes attached to me. Kill them. They think that if they make me feel less than, then I'll give it to them, right? They have already drugged me and raped me decades ago. I don't know who was there. I want to find out. The FBI keeps telling them. They're terrorists. Whoever wants to know what they Ledesma did without him, they think that I find out cheese for them. They're disgusting. You can Ledesma. You can take off a TV. I mean, so does not sound that rape me to steal my money. They give it away and receive money. They're disgusting. They are disgusting.